How are you doing?
I'm cool.
It's been a while. Haven't seen you since what?
Yeah, it's just been like what 2 months. August till
August
now.
has been.
August till now is 2 months now. Have you
No,
had my tripping?
we're in November. August, September, October,
Three.
November. Three
Okay,
months. I've not
three.
seen you in a while now. How are you
Three
doing?
months has been. I'm cool.
Yeah,
Uni, school,
uni.
but it's almost over. Sha. For this time being, this phase,
Yeah,
it will go back, catch your breath, come back,
you're in third year now.
finish. Yeah.
We're meant to graduate the same year.
Mm.
Run me down what happened. Not that I know that already, but like, what happened?
Yeah. So the one of the main reasons I went back was because I got surgery that year,
Yeah.
so I needed to like recover.
Okay.
So I was going to go back to Nigeria regardless, but like after that, I had some problems with my uni, so I had to like go back
Yeah.
to Nigeria for a year as well.
So
So
what
there was
was
just
that
like a
one
mix
year?
of two. So it was like a gap year. Like I had like a what do you call this stuff?
A gap year.
Yeah, but
A
there's a different
hiatus.
way. It's like I've forgotten what it's called. It's like a Jewish name or something. Sabbatical, yeah, something like that.
You
So
took a sabbatical.
you feel just calm down, think about life,
But the truth
what's
of the
happening
matter
next.
is that in that one year, I think you established yourself as a bigger creative, even though you weren't in the UK. You were in Nige this one year. So
Yeah,
what was the vibe of, you know, hammering yourself as this DJ extraordinaire? I don't want to say party planner, but
yeah. I feel
let's say
this.
party connoisseur, doing all
Yeah.
these things. You're doing it big, but still, being in this underdeveloped scene.
I feel like just first thing is like having that space to just like do what you want. Do you feel like not necessarily do what you want, but like you have time to just be free and understand, like
Yeah.
let things hit you. So it's not like life that's like now chasing you. You're just like easing in life and taking life as it is. So I had like time basically. So that's like the most essential thing that I had to actually just express myself. Then after that was like I'm just the kind of person that anywhere I'm like I can't just be like
Idol.
idle doing nothing or like not necessarily doing nothing, but like I just have to express myself like regardless.
Yeah.
So even if I was in fucking Iceland, like I
You'd
was,
still find a way
yeah, like
to
something is put like,
let that creative bone move.
and there's like life. Yeah, I feel like God just puts people around you and like makes it work for you if you
Yeah.
actually
We
you
were going
understand
crazy
your
that year.
vision.
I can't even lie. It was
No, that was
party after party.
actually
I went for one in
mm,
January, if you recall. January 2022,
January.
before I came back
Uh,
to the UK.
I'm thinking, what kind of party was this?
It
Like,
was in was it Ivory?
was that January?
That was in January.
Nah, I think no, that was not January.
It was in
I think that was
January.
like May, April.
I was not in the UK. I was in the UK then. There was a particular one. Maybe you
I know
don't
the way it's so like
remember.
I do though. I know the way
And
it's about. I promise you that. No, I'm not tripping though. That was like April, like May 2020.
I'll show you the video later, like the videos of that. So you were very, very busy. But back to something, because I don't think you answered this part very well for me. It was, you had left a very developed scene. That's the
Yeah,
UK. Then went to Abuja. I'm
I
always saying
feel.
the trenches because that's our house. That's our parlor. But you left doing creative work in a very
Like
crisp,
different scene.
you were doing it in a very crisp way. Then you went back to Abuja for your sabbatical.
Yeah,
So what was the difference in the development? Like, what was the difference in scenes?
yeah. I feel like it's just a thing of when you're creating anything. Like obviously the scene is important, but I feel
Yeah,
like your personal like outputs and what you create is like the most important thing. Or like what actually pushes is because if you create something, people resonate with you and like where you're coming from.
yeah.
In that sense, like your environment as well. So I just feel like I started creating in Nigeria. Like
That's what I'm saying. That was where you,
that's the main essence of who I am or where I'm from. So even if I come, like even when I'm in England, I'm just doing what I was doing in Nigeria, just in a different space. So
yeah,
the only difference I feel like is just obviously in a developed like society or environments, like there are more like tools, there are more opportunities, things to do
access.
things. Genius. But it's like from a different points of view, yeah, being in that scene where it's like a bit more difficult, like or like it's not just conventional. Like that's what actually births like new ways of doing things or like new ideas or like
Yeah,
just something authentic or like different. You get
I
because
think it ignites a more or a less orthodox way of
of doing like
achieving. Yeah,
how
you
it
have to
was.
start thinking
It
differently.
makes you more creative. And the thing is like innovation and creativity, like all these things are parts. Like your brain is just working. Like
Yeah,
being a creative, your brain is usually just working, thinking of ideas. So it's like the same way you're put in that context where it's like, okay, you have to solve a problem. Let's say like a 9 to 5 job where you have to solve a problem, like you're still thinking of things. Like so even being a creative is in the same sense. Like you just use what's around you like to express yourself. Like
yeah.
at the end of the day, it still comes from your head and like what you actually believe in. Like what's the essence of this thing? Because
Hmm.
it's not worth it if it's not going to be like it's not going to make sense
A
at the end
thousand
now.
percent.
You feel me?
Yeah,
So it's like that's the point. It's just like how your drive basically. So like that's that's what I think about like that topic though. And what we're saying as well.
yeah. Okay, so you had this crazy year in ABJ, then you had to come back to school. What was
Yeah.
the adjustment like?
But I just was just going into a different year, like a higher year
Yeah.
in uni. Like
Did
it
you
wasn't
was
the
it a
same.
smooth? It wasn't.
It wasn't the same. Like I had to focus on uni like if I'm trying to actually pass because this is a different level like
Yeah.
first year second year is not the same and after that lifestyle like switching back because I saw like I could have stayed in ABJ, no school, no nothing, and I'm confident like I would have still been like substantially living,
Yeah.
like making a way. Because even here in England, like I'm like I make I make something substantial from my creativity,
Yeah.
like expressing myself. So in the sense is like the thing about that's how life is. Like anything that you do or anything you can do to just like help yourself and make money, like that's the path you follow. Do you
Yeah.
feel so? In that sense, is like so in that sense, is like coming from there and not having to like switch to having to study and follow this path of way. And I'm
Wake up
just
in the
like
morning,
but I was
go
just
for class,
just expressing myself and being me and getting paid
and
for
now
that
you're
shit.
back in this cage. Would you call it a cage though?
It's not really a cage, it's just like a mental state. Like
Yeah,
and it's if you want to go through that mental state, that's fine. If you don't want to, that's fine. Like people don't go to university. Like a lot of
that's
people don't go
true.
to university. I met so many people this year that like my age younger than me, they're not going to uni, like apprenticeships, things like that. But
Did
on
you
it,
contemplate not going back to uni?
like it's something you think of at the end of the day. Like I understand the world we live in, and I'm not like ignorant to. Not really. I don't want to say it as if people now that didn't go to uni are
Yeah,
ignorance, but it's just like and that will open so many doors for me and opportunities, and just allow me to go through life in a more like certain way
yeah,
because that's what the system is like. Like that's the main conformity of the system. You go to uni, get a degree, apply for jobs. You feel me?
yeah.
So it's like not doing that will have to make me go in a different way. So in that sense, it's like just being able to navigate life easier,
Mm-hmm.
basically. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's how I see uni because even as a creative, yeah, just from my experience and just doing my things, like doing me. Being a creative is so subjective,
yeah.
like because you might be making the greatest thing in the world and like
People are like, what is
nobody's
this?
resonating with it. So I see it more as my degree. I'm going to school. You still learn, and that's why I appreciate like uni more now and just the level I'm at because I'm learning things I can apply to my life. I'm learning things that I can actually use to change the world,
Yeah.
like in a more like impactful way. You can be creative. That's cool. Like making clothes, like making music, podcasts, whatever. But it's like you're just that's just one thing you for you're just expressing yourself. But as having a profession and an actual skill, like it's two things you can do, like two ways of like just having extra skills. Like I see uni as just like getting skills, learning things because
Yeah,
people take different trajectories. Like everybody goes to school. Creatives go to school to like learn how to be better creatives.
yeah. That's
Do you feel what
true.
I'm
That's
saying?
true.
So it's like it's just a way of being able to navigate life easier. You feel me?
Okay,
In my
so
opinion.
I want to actually go a bit further down your
Yeah.
journey. Tell me of the metamorphosis of Save Us from Evil to Evil World.
Yeah.
When was that change made, and what is the difference? And obviously, because it's there's still a the soul is still similar. I think
Mm.
it's still the same body, but a different perspective,
Yeah.
a different level of expression.
I feel
So give me the
And it's actually
rundown of
funny
that.
because like the brand, yeah, or like the movement, or whatever you want to call it, is the clothes is like the same essence as you said
Yeah,
to save us from evil, like evil world, and people like seeing it from different like it's just sick because that was the whole essence in the first place, like
yeah,
having two points of view to this form of expression, but it's the same like seed or the same thing at the end of the day because the same way you see it as like there was a transition into like evil world is the same way someone will like still see it as like how they save us from evil. Do you get what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's the point, like my point, even in terms of like my design, sometimes you might just see like evil world or you might just see save us from evil. So like it's different designs and different points of view, but it's the same thing in that sense. Like it was not like it ever changed or there was ever a transition. It's
Okay.
just a thing of like people seeing it from different points of view, and that's like your point of view of seeing this, you get,
Yeah,
and that's exactly
that's the
the
vision.
the
That was the
plan, like
intention.
the vision,
So Save Us from Evil isn't dead.
like
It's still
it's still that's still like the name of the brand. So in the sense that obviously when it comes to Instagram marketing, like people say evil or people say EVO, like people say E, whatever. Like that's the whole essence. Like so it's just like people see from different points of view, but it's the same thing. Like everybody's talking about it at the same time.
yeah.
But on your branding and like marketing points of view, like Evil World, even the E logo, everything is like just something I prefer to use because it's a better marketing and it's just it's marketing basically in the sense of the name like just using evil world for the Instagram name and not save us from evil G gets
Yeah.
but at the end of the day like the brand is the same concept G gets.
What is the toughest bridge you've had to cross in your journey with Evil World?
Yeah, so I feel like time and things like just being able to express yourself and follow time in an orderly manner and be able to like be patient
Okay.
and just like be calculated. It takes a lot to actually to to get to get your bring your vision to life,
Yeah,
and
because
I
it's
feel
beyond
like
making t-shirts
it's
now.
is 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 bigger than that, and like it's always been bigger than that, and that was the essence in the first place.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like even the last thing we're talking about, how like just coming here, like I feel like that essence has always been there. Like even when I was in Nigeria, like since I was young, like it's just some just this is just like my way of expressing it, do you feel? And people being able to resonate with this is like it's so sick. So it's something that you actually have to take your time and do
Yeah.
and actually like people understand what I'm saying. Like people like I'm making this because I know there are people there that understand or people that can feel this stuff the same way. So it's like taking my time to actually make it relatable, like so you can resonate with it, get my message across. So it's like clear as day to you, do you feel? And you're able to resonate with it. That's why people see like art pieces and it doesn't take 5 seconds. You're like, whoa.
So what I'm understanding is that Evil World is the soul,
Yeah,
but the clothes, the bags is just one branch of manifesting the
exactly.
soul.
Exactly.
Am I correct?
Yeah, because even before we were on camera, like we are
Yeah.
just talking about like the different things. Like I was just saying, like being eclectic in the sense that I'm interested by so many things,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
feel
you
like
did
that's
say
how
that.
like a lot of people are, especially if you're someone that you like expressing yourself, you're creative. So it's like this is just like my outlet of doing that. So I'm not
Hmm.
like going to keep
Limited
it to
to
one
clothes.
thing, keep it to clothes, or keep it to just making like a certain type of clothes. Like I plan to like study like jewelry, like fine jewelry,
Okay.
like using materials to actually make jewelry, like raw materials. Like it's big.
That sounds
It's big.
gorgeous.
So it's like every single thing I do, like there's a later plan,
Intention.
there's intention.
There's a big
Like
picture.
I'm seeing it like years ahead,
There's a big
like
picture.
that's if not then what's the essence of like putting your efforts into that because you feel like there's so much to do in life, especially like the level we're at right now. I feel
Yeah.
it's something that you realize as you go on that like there's much to do in life, but like life is so short at the same time. You can spend your whole life like trying to do one thing, like hone something, but at the same time like you can just keep going or like be you
I hear
and
that.
just like
Okay, so let's
do
go back to the
yourself.
party. Because we have a party
Yeah.
girl. I love to talk about
And that
parties.
was
I
sick
love
though.
to
The
go.
one you mentioned, the one you were for, that was the biggest and like
The one
the
in August.
craziest. Like no, the one in Abuja.
The one in January
Yeah,
or the
in the
one in
sense
July? I've been to a couple.
that
I'm a
one
fan
was
of your
June. That
work.
one was fire, sure.
I'm a
Like
fan of
if
your
was
work. I've been
out
around.
there, that's real. If we're like talking about Abuja, sure, that's what I'm talking in that
The
context. But if it's
July.
yeah, that was I think it was like July. It was summer though. I'm sure about that. I'm
Yeah.
sure about that. But I did another one in January, like last January. So this year, so that's what I'm saying. If you're talking about like this year in that context, like the ones in London have been like
Crazy.
insane.
Crazy. I went to the like back. I always refer like literally. I always make reference to when I was in this Obina's party in August. Obina's party in August. When did you decide that okay, this was something I wanted to do? Because I'm now that I'm hearing having this conversation with you, I'm seeing the, you know, the soul and the different ways you manifest it. So that's how I'm seeing it now. So when did you decide that parties was one of the bodies of art you wanted to use to manifest your creativity?
Like it's so crazy because like me and my guys we're just three persons.
Oh, okay. It was just like let's
Like
bring
it's not
everybody
even literally
outside.
like it's not even a some like okay let's make this thing like move people and everybody have a good time. Like well, at least you just like bro, let's do a party. You feel and the thing about parties is like you're bringing people together
Yeah.
and to just have a good time. I mean, I feel the essence of having a good time around people, listening to music, like, bro, just enjoying youth, man. Like, bro, vibing.
Yeah.
And one thing is like a lot of people like if I feel that way, I know there are people that feel that same way, and like I want to actually vibe with these
You want to
people.
find
Like,
these people.
let's get this, man. Let's fuck with each other.
Yeah.
Beautiful, and it's like people that get it. Like the guys that don't get it, and that's how it's meant to be, and that's how it's always been. So it's a thing of like the more people that now see the vibes, they're like, yo, what? I need
What's
to be
going
here.
over
And
here?
that's one thing I loved about AVJ. Like the parties we threw here, people genuinely felt them. Like the guys were like, nah, bro. But it was crazy. Like people I think I'm judging, but like, bro, I had people that come up to me and they're like, bro, thank you, man. Like I needed these shits, bro.
No, that's real.
It's
It's
crazy
real. I really, honestly,
in
myself, I
ABJ.
relate to that because the one I'm referring to, the one in July, the one by the pool.
Yeah.
I can't remember where it was
That
at,
was
but
like Hotel
one, yeah, one
2020.
hotel, like exactly.
Yeah, that was
We
crazy.
had, I think I needed that as well because I, I wouldn't say I had a lot going on, but day to day, I was interning then, so I had this
Yeah.
routine. Wake up, you go to work, you come back,
It's
you
so
wake up.
jarring.
It's so jarring. I think aside from that being the first time I realized that, I don't think I want to be a lawyer.
That's crazy.
Aside that being,
I had to let you
I was
go.
like, aside
I had to
that
let
being
you
the
go.
time I realized I didn't want to practice law. I think that party was very. There's some times where you need a reminder that you're young.
Yeah,
And I
I feel
think
that.
that you sometimes you just need that reminder that I'm a
Yeah,
youth. Like I won't
just
say a
so.
kid, but I'm a young adult. I need to have fun. I need
Yeah,
to. So I think that's the soul of your parties,
it is though. It's cool. Like
and you
people.
DJ as well, and
Yeah,
you be
I
killing it
love
as well.
that.
When did you start? When did you start DJing?
Like roughly like 2 years ago. So
What attracted you to the art?
like I started DJing like probably like 2 years ago, but I was just like playing it on my computer, like trying to
Okay.
figure it out for like a year before that.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually started like making mixes. Like I got my decks like 2 years ago. But before that, like I always loved music, man. Like even when I was young, like when I was younger, like I'll be making transitions in my head type shit. Like even before like actually clocked like what DJing was. Because I kinda like when I was younger, I was really like DJs used to really bust my head. Like let's say I'm at a party. Like I was never in a situation for like me to hear a DJ. I'm like, bro, what
You're
type
going
shit?
crazy.
You
I
feel?
think
I was just young.
right now though, this DJ scene is becoming very crazy. Do you know this DJ, this bald lady?
Yeah, nice. I
What's
do though.
her
I've forgotten her
name?
name, but she's always
Do
on
you
like
guys? Oh God, I don't know.
she's
This
she's always on like Obi's house, Sha. I've forgotten her
yes.
name, guy.
Did you hear
But I know
her?
her.
Did you hear her mix her transition from Ginger by Whiskey to Ginger by Olamide? Obina, I lost my
I
head.
think I did.
I lost my mind,
I think
bro.
I did. Wait, was it? Oh no, I didn't see that one.
I'll
I'm
I'll
thinking of a
play it for
different
you
one.
after
I
this.
like even just you saying the mix is really busting my head.
Do
But
you
like you
understand?
just saying
It
it,
was so insane. I think it's or then we
nah, she
also
goes
have
crazy,
like
Sha.
DJ Waffles.
These waffles,
I
Uncle
think
Waffles.
Uncle Waffles, rather, sorry, forgive
Yeah,
me, Uncle Waffles. I think people are becoming more intentional with the art of DJing
yeah.
because
It's just
before it just used to be we're having a party, bring someone to play music,
yeah.
But now
Times are
people want to
changing.
hear those transitions. People want to
They
feel,
do.
and I think you are one of the very few DJs I know that are quite intentional with that kind of transitions. And I'm now aware that it takes a lot of practice. So
I
how
feel
much
that.
time do you put into that?
Like when I said DJing, I just had to learn how to mix the songs, like go from one song to the other
Okay.
smoothly. And to be honest, like if it's something you really want to do, it's not like hard, it's not difficult. You can learn how to like transition into two songs in an hour. Let's
Okay.
say like just based on but judging on my own like ability, you get. So it's like once I learned how to DJ, like it was going like it's creativity. Like
Yeah.
that's the
You just let
difference.
it flow.
Some people DJ for job, and that's how it was. Like, well, no, not that's how it was, but that's how it usually was. Like, if you see, if a DJ, DJs don't, a lot of DJs like, even though they DJ for money, they understand that stuff is important now.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just come and be playing music and just be Joseph. Like, bro, Spotify has a fucking DJ for you. Like, type shit.
Exactly.
Your mixes on YouTube everywhere. So it's a thing of like people are understanding that now, and based on the creativity points of view, like I just put songs like play songs that I genuinely like
Yeah.
because of that love for music. I feel like the love for music is like the most driving thing
Okay.
because you have to actually have that love and like be interested for your brain to now be like actively creating
Creating those transitions.
around
Because like you said, you were
that.
already doing these transitions before you even knew what
Yeah,
it
in my
was
head,
referred
like
to
it's just
as.
like that's what I'm saying. Like even you just say that transition now, like I'm really
You're
like
hearing
damn.
it,
I'm
right?
like ah,
Bro,
I'm
I
like
heard it.
ah.
I dropped
That
my
would be
phone.
deep.
I left my room. I came
That
back.
would be deep.
I left my phone. I was like, let me understand what just happened right now. I'll play
Nah,
it
that
for
would be
you.
sad. Like I actually need to find out her name. I've
Yeah.
like
I
fucked up
hate that I
probably
don't remember her name.
because I just be
She's
seeing
doing so
her.
phenomenally right
Yeah, she's
now.
going hard. Like
Okay, so
she's
let me
going
ask this
crazy.
question. What do you think of party people like me that's like I'm close to the DJ deck. I'm like, hey, play this. Can you play this next?
Do you know what's crazy? Because I recently had two parties. I DJed at two parties. So I had one last week and I had one
Okay.
like the week before that. And the week before that, like I DJed at, like a Hispanic party. So
Okay.
like Spanish music, like
Okay.
just Hispanic community basically. So like
Oh,
South
that's really
America.
cool.
Yeah, so it was fire because that was a transition, like away from the trajectory, but it was cool though because I was still able to actually fuck with the music, fuck with
Yeah.
them. And the thing is, like, I just realized that that's when I now realized, like, because I've always realized that, but I didn't know that there was no sense that proved that, like, then that the party is always for the people attending the party, bro.
It's not
Like,
for you, the DJ.
you're not there to be looking fly and play your
I want you to
playlist.
you guys just wait. I promise. I did it. Just wait. Listen to me. Wait,
To
wait,
play
wait.
your promise,
Yeah.
like to play your playlist rather. Like if someone tells you to play a song, if you actually can't play it, like just play it. But the only difference is like people don't understand like the how DJ works.
Okay.
So someone you might be playing a song, let's say like I want to give you a very practical example. Let's say like you're playing a song like let's say one day cool. Baby hello, Sisi
Sisi
banana.
banana.
And like someone I want you to play like um let's say like Omale, like
So
some
so.
soft Omale vibes. Like that's
And you're
not how it
like, how
works.
is okay? I hear that.
It's even like just the math of this, like the music of this, because music is measured like BPMs, beats per minute.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just like it's like your heart's like you know how you measure like your heart's beats per minute. So like basically, so if the song is faster, like
How are you going to transition it? I hear
it's not
that. Okay,
making
I never thought
sense.
about it like that. I never thought
So
about
the
it like
BPMs
that.
don't even match.
But I do
So
think that
sometimes,
okay, you're saying
and I'm just saying sometimes like you just have to, if it's deep, you just have to take one. And if you're a DJ, like you take it, but like you have to be so creative because one guy says play one song and everybody else is like, what the fuck is this guy playing?
but I do think that when I ask for songs though, I usually ask for things that are on
That's the
theme.
thing. Like people like it, sometimes in a party, like I notice people that do that, and I'm like, that's why I literally just say, like if it's worth, it's like if
Yeah.
it's like that's like you just have to take one in the sense of there's sometimes like someone will tell you something and you're like, damn, that will actually go
That
hard
would
though.
make
And
sense.
when you now play it, that person will go crazy. Everybody else will go crazy. You just
Yeah.
be like, damn, you'll be satisfied. Like me personally, I'll be satisfied. I'm like, wow, that was crazy. Like
Yeah.
this is a vibe. And at the end of the day, as I said, it's just playing the music for people to
It's not,
get
yeah,
lit. Like
it's
let
bigger
guys
than
have
you.
a nice time because you're. It's not like what makes a party doesn't go like doesn't get lit, doesn't become nice by just one person. It's everybody's vibe.
Yeah,
So like you can't just be there like trying to be fly and you're there doing up
yeah.
Ciaga's mix. Like
So since actively pursuing your creative route, obviously alongside with school, would you say that you have an active support system?
I do.
Yeah.
My parents, my family is crazy. It's crazy. Like every as years go by and like as things happen, I'm just like, God, what the fuck? Like this is this much.
How do you mean?
In the sense that like yes, the support is insane. Like they support me so much that sometimes I just like it still trips me out. I'm just like, God, why these guys like support me like this? So like they are
Do they want
rooting
to come
for
for your
me.
parties or
No, no, no. Like no, in the sense that it's like showing love. Like I'm just
acknowledging your
I
craft?
feel like it's not just I'm talking about like different people, but in this context, I'm talking about like the people that are close to me, like
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
my family, like my friends, like in the sense that it's like I have people actually like believe in me, rooting for me, like showing support. If someone can help me do something, they'll help me. Even my parents, like bro, my parents are the main reason like I'm even in this state point of life now, like the path and everything they've done and they just keep doing. I'm just like, God, like this is crazy. Like,
Yeah,
why are they doing this? Obviously, it's love, but I'm just like, you get what I'm saying? It just trips me out. Same
it's
thing
surreal.
with the people around me. Like sometimes I just think back, I'm just like a normal guy, and like you see people are like texting me, bro, like this shit is hard, or like they're showing love, they actually buying my stuff, like coming out to listen to me, showing me genuine love, even if they don't buy my anything or like they don't come out for anything that's doing me, just
Just a
showing
nice
love, bro.
supportive
It's
text.
crazy. And there's so many people, so many. Like that's why every time I talk about like this movement, this the clothes, the music, anything, I'm just like, God, this is so much bigger than me.
Of
Like
course.
it's so much bigger than me.
I think when you bring something out of your when ideas start in your mind, but when you put it out for for the world to receive it, I think to some extent you are shocked when they actually start receiving it. Do you know what I
Start
mean?
resonating
It's
with
now
this.
beyond you. It's not just
It
a you thing
becomes
again.
like wow, it becomes so powerful,
Yeah.
and it's like different people take it in different ways. Do you get
Yeah.
before like even because I started doing this stuff with them Chigo man. Like back in the day, guy, we were just young, like just chilling. Like bro, we're still radical with this, but it's
Yeah.
like we was like so carefree, and it's like bro, just drop anything, do anyhow. Like, but now we actually take our time,
Intentional.
intentional, and like we look at the future, know the motive behind this, what we actually trying to do.
Yeah.
Because obviously there was always a vision and intent, but right now it's more like it's in a more like mature and calculated way because we understand that okay, we actually have an audience and like we're actually putting out something that's substantial. Do you feel
Yeah.
me? Like you can't because me and you were literally saying this the other day. Like as things keep going, like as God willingly, and as we keep getting bigger and just older, it's like you have to understand that you're in a position where your life is not the same. Like,
That's
do you get
true.
what I'm
That's
saying?
very true.
And it's so crazy because we're seeing that shit now, and especially like with the things around us and stuff. So that's just like the point, like the points of view we I do this from now. Do you
Yeah.
get?
Speaking of Chigo, what's your relationship with him like?
But that's my blood, man.
Yeah.
Like literally, like I don't even I can't like say a lot because of how much has happened.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, that's the nigga that I know that like this guy's with me like till
Yeah.
the end. And it's crazy because it's different when you feel that way. Do you feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I hear you.
life is different and it's so important. Do you feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't have that. Like a lot of people can't see that okay, this is my friend, this is my family basically, like
Yeah.
somebody that you get. And it's the same way.
I really I admire that because it's bigger than because I want to say you guys are collaborators as well,
Yeah.
right? And
On
in addition
everything.
to being collaborators, you guys are now friends, like you were saying, and family.
Yeah.
It's very difficult, I think, to find one person who has all those things together. And for me, I would say that I'm more a fan of mixing. I'd like to keep my friendship this way. I like to keep
I
work this
feel
way. But finding someone you can do all with, I do think it's a blessing, though.
it is
What has
though.
that experience been like?
it is, and like it's crazy because like we say to this shit to each other like every day,
Yeah.
like bro, like you don't know this how much of a blessing this is, like you are, bro, for real, like real shit.
No, it's true. When you
Because
have
it's
someone like
not,
that, you
yeah, do you get what
acknowledge
I'm
them.
saying?
You let
Because
them
like
know.
that's how it stays stronger. Do you get what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And especially regarding the fact that, because me personally, I don't like, I get what you mean when you say like mixing work and personal life and
Yeah.
family and stuff. But like for me, it's so good because I have the ability and like I have the privilege for that to be intertwined.
Yeah. It's definitely a
It's a
privilege, I'd
privilege.
say.
Do you feel me?
Yeah.
Because that's how it is with a lot of my other relationships. You
Okay.
get, like, even though there are people that have like crossed me or people that have fucked up shit to me, it's like at the end of the day, the real ones that have been there and will always be there are still fucking there. And that's how it always is, you
Yeah.
guys. So I appreciate that so much, and I feel like it's a privilege, as I said, because I have the opportunity to do that, but a lot of people don't. Like, so for me, it's like I'm so glad about that,
Yeah.
and I make sure like I tell, because me, I'm a very expressive person. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like,
I love that.
I make sure like I let you know as clear as day how I'm feeling.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me, like just you telling me about this, it just reminds me of when you finish your sabbatical, right?
Yeah,
And Chigo, was it Chigo that came to the airport for you?
yeah,
I was just
that
thinking
was
about now. I
real.
saw that. I was just thinking about
That
that
was
video
so
in my
real,
head
especially regarding like everything that had
that went
happened.
down.
It's crazy. Like that was such a refreshing, like
Yeah.
renewal moment. In that moment, I genuinely felt like my life has changed. Do you feel me? And I feel like it's because of, like you're having that assurance.
Yeah.
Do you
Definitely.
feel? So it's
Definitely.
actually a privilege and something I like I cherish so much. Do you feel me?
Yeah. I love that. Okay, so now I want like we're in November. 2023 is about to finish, bro. Like it started 2 days
That
ago, and all
was
of a sudden it's like, what are your goals for Evo, Ecstasy, everything? What do you see 2024 looking like for Ciaga and all your endeavors?
yeah for Evio. That's it.
Oh, is
Yeah, we don't
it?
talk about the.
But it's in motion.
Of course it
It's in
is. Like
motion.
the thing is, as I said, like when it comes to Evil, like Evil World, it's so expressive to the point. Like that's like my main source of like creative expression, to the point
Yeah.
where it's like I'm going to put all my energy into this. So anything you are seeing before, just expect it to be 10 times bigger
Okay, cool.
the next time. And the thing about me is that like years are so important to me. Like I'm someone that like not necessarily importance, but time really structures my life. Like, cause I'm someone that I like I'm very calculated
Okay.
with the things I do, the plans I have. So every time it's a new year, like I already
You've already
put
patterned
things in
everything. I
place.
hear that.
So it's a thing of like I have plans for the clothes, for the fashion, make it more unique, like ways people can actually like make it more unique. People can resonate with it, authentic
Mm-hmm.
to the core, to the vision, to the mission, expression of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, what am I really trying to show the world? What am I
What
trying to
message are you
offer?
trying to
And
send?
how am I trying to do that? Am I just doing it the same way everybody is to make money and fuck up the environment and just let's
So you're
just be
thinking
making
in different
clothes?
paradigms then.
I'm thinking about different things,
Yeah.
but it's still the same essence. So the thing about me is that, like, as I said before, like I check, like time really constructs my life, because even in the past, like when I'm looking back at it, the things I learned when I was younger in a period of time over a particular years have like contributed to what I'm doing now, who I am now. So it's
Yeah.
a thing of in between time, I just like pick things up, like grab, like build on myself and what I've been
I
doing.
think that's a very big lesson that I'm recently I'm recently learning that in the sense that I've started pursuing, radio and YouTube this year, and it's been very much. I'm not a patient person at heart, and I think this past week the only thing that has been embedded in me is, okay, this is year one. What were your mistakes from year one?
I feel,
What do you want year two to look like?
yeah,
Because I feel like this is my first year taking my creative side very seriously. And it's not necessarily about the talent. Yes, talent is important, but it's like, that time to craft yourself, that time to get everything together, that time to now look at your work with a more intentional eye, like you were saying. So in my mind, it's like I should have known like yesterday. Now what are you talking about? But then I see what you're saying with that time, so that when you now get to that stage, you are not overwhelmed, you're not
Mm,
shocked, you're not
yeah,
surprised, you
yeah,
won't burn out quickly.
yeah.
So I'm embracing that time as well. I think that's a very solid lesson to learn.
Yeah, time is important. It's like life keeps going. It doesn't
Yeah,
just happen.
exactly.
And it's crazy
Exactly.
because like as me and you were talking about the same thing as
Okay.
well. Like a few days before. And that's what I'm saying because being able to understand these things with people around and like everybody's on the same page, like what's up about
Technical difficulties.
minor that took us
Minor
2 minutes,
2 seconds, not even
literally.
up to 2 minutes. Anyways, I think we were discussing. Okay, so I said that Fisayo Longe, the CEO of Kai Collective, CEO
Yeah.
founder of Kai Collective, said that every creative should go through a 9 to 5 stage to actually learn how to be more disciplined. And when you get those skills from a 9 to 5, you are able to like take your craft more seriously, and you're able to view your craft as a business.
Mm.
And now, so what do you think about that?
Yeah, like now we're back to the conversation.
Back to the conversation.
Because I was like, as I said before, before the camera went off, I was just saying like I feel like a 9 to 5 is just helps you build skills. Basically, you're just getting skills to
Yeah.
apply to the final vision at the end of the day. That you being at a 9 to 5 is because you have a skill that they need, so they're literally paying you for that skill. The same way you're applying that skill to one company is the same way you apply it to another in a
Yeah.
different job, or same way you apply it to yourself. So you can be getting money like that, or you can be get money for yourself. Somebody else is paying you. So it just depends on like what you're doing. But I wouldn't go and do something that has no essence to the final vision at the end of the day.
I like that. No
You
essence to
feel?
the final vision. Because a lot of times, especially like us as Africans, we come from a place where creativity is not is a part-time thing, you know. Go and pursue your medical degree, then you can draw on the side if you feel
Yeah.
like. But with studying, things you may not necessarily want to do, or with pursuing that 9 to 5 career, do you think it stunts your growth as a creative, or at least slows it down?
I feel like with everything in life, like there's a balance.
Okay.
So it just depends on how much you want to balance that thing. If you feel like you need to put in more as a creative, anything you're doing, like I feel like anybody does in life, like the more time you put in it, the more it grows,
Yeah.
like the more it flourishes. So it's like if you're putting more time into creating something, of course, like that stuff is going to blossom sooner or like better. So if you're doing being a creative and you're going to uni at the same time, like if it's not aligning with the final vision, of course, like you going to school is going to take away time from you. You going and learn about engineering and math is going to take away from time. You
Yeah.
like learning how to stroke your brush properly or play that piano well. Do you get? So it's like school can take time of it from like being a creative and expressing yourself. But at the same time, I see it as like you just learning. Because even
Yeah.
as a creative, you have to learn to now express yourself better. You can't be doing the same thing. Like if you don't learn, you just stay stagnant as someone creating things or expressing yourself because you only know how one particular way how to express yourself.
Yeah.
The ideas might be going around and like they might be manifesting again, but just like in the same medium. So learning things like I'm going to school. I just see it as you learning a path for you to learn new things basically. So that can take away from time expressing yourself definitely, but at the same time you're learning to now apply it to something else, or even help you express yourself better. So in like the essence of what I'm trying to say is that like school like definitely takes you away from being a creative depending on what you're studying
But
and
I don't
what's the
think you feel that way about your degree.
yeah because like I just feel like that's just me in life like I take everything I'm learning how to be patient and I feel like like I'm learning how to be patient better
Yeah.
because I take time and that's what that sabbatical year helped me do actually and that's the essence of it actually. So you learn how to do things, you learn to be creative because time passes, so you just know how to use the time properly. So because me now I'm in school, I'm just seeing this as okay, I'm learning how to do this particular thing. I'm learning how to develop software. I'm learning how to manage a project. I'm learning how to do research on an idea and show why this idea needs to be pursued. Like
Mm-hmm.
even convince myself like why I need to actually take this shit seriously, like pursue
Yeah.
this idea. So it's just things I'm learning, skills I'm learning. So it doesn't feel that way for me because of I look at it from that point of view. Like that's how it is for me. But obviously I can understand why a lot of people actually feel that way and it gets frustrating because it's not aligning with what you actually
You
want
may
to
want
do.
to do.
But like
And I think it's also very difficult because the creative the creative space is not a linear space. You know, it's not straightforward. It's
yeah,
not secure.
it's not secure.
So there's often that need to have that thing at the side. But I think there's this overwhelming feeling one could get when what is meant to be a means to an end becomes the main character, you
Yeah,
know.
I feel that, and that's why I resonate with like African parents in as much as it can be backwards and the whole construct can be caging. Is I resonate with them when that's why the whole point is like, oh, just go to school, do something that gets you a good job, like
Because
because
there's a reason.
there's a structure for that. They understand those all those things you just said. They understand that you get, and
Yeah.
sometimes like they're not willing to take that risk, especially from where we're coming from. So they rather you like just stick to a particular thing,
That has
and that
worked.
has worked,
The formula, it's
that is going
worked.
to work. Somebody needs this thing because being a creative and expressing yourself and actually making that is like ends to whatever you said. I don't forget to repeat.
Means to an end.
Means to an end. It's like you're just doing like what you love.
Yeah.
As we said in the beginning, this was even like the first thing we said. People might not resonate with this. What happens from there? Like
Where do we go from there
okay, like
actually?
you guess, but business like you have to still do some like keep going. Businesses take like 10 years. A
Hmm.
lot of these tech companies you're seeing now, they've been grinding for years, making losses, 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 losses. Like so, it's just a thing of
Before that one
before that.
W, the one
So
I used to call overnight success.
you guess they'll not just come and put you on front page or something, and it's never the same from there. So my point is that anything you want to do in life, like just proving yourself or doing something for yourself, like you have to put in effort and be ready to take that risk. People go
Okay.
to jobs and get 9 to 5s because there's no risk involved. You go
It's
to
just
school,
very
you know what you're learning,
secure.
you go there, you get paid when you get paid. Like I've worked at a 9 to 5, I still work not really a 9 to 5, but I have a part-time job. I know if I'm working here, I'm getting paid standard.
That's why I'm here
That's
at
why
the
I'm
end
here.
of the
Like
day.
that's why like that's why sometimes it gets annoying because like right now, yeah, I have a part-time job, like it's no contracts, so it's like hospitality type
Okay.
shit, like agencies and stuff. So I don't have to work when I don't want to. I literally go there to get paid. And it gets annoying when like there's some guys that are now in the same position and they're doing yeah man, I'm never meant to be here. Like I'm some actor guy, like cause you meet different people. Like
Yeah.
and they're like, I'm some actor guy, I'm just here for the money. I'm like, nigga, all of us are here
All
for the
of us are
money.
here for the
Like
same thing.
nobody wants to be here, like type shit. You get what I'm saying? There
Yeah.
are only a few people that have actually I don't know anybody that generally like unless you're as I said, it's your vision and you're adding to something, you feel like okay, me working in this place is like adding to what I believe in. You genuinely believe in that cause and you understand that you're contributing to the end of to that
Yeah.
cause. I've not seen anybody that's satisfied with a 9 to 5 or where they're working and just happy with going
You know
to the
the thing,
job
it's very
willingly.
funny because I have seen a lot of people that are very that's why I told you like I've not been in a room with a lot of creatives in a long time.
Yeah,
So I've heard perspectives. There are some people that are okay with doing the 9 to 5
yeah, I
because
feel
what gives them purpose is now using that money to enjoy themselves. Do you
exactly.
understand?
That's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, what's the main topic? Money. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I understand like they're going there. That's why even if you're working, you can be working somewhere you believe in the cause. Yeah, man. Like I actually want to develop this software to help these guys and do this, do that. But if there's no money involved, all that love and joy is gone. Or, like in most
To
cases, in
some
the 9 to 5,
extent.
in most
Yeah.
cases. So my point is that obviously I understand people love people. I've met people that love their jobs as well. They're just passionate about their jobs, but like not money not being there changes a lot
A lot
too.
of things. Oh, definitely.
So
Absolutely.
what I'm trying to say is like I feel like money plays a very big role in that in the sense that if you give some people that option that okay You can be doing this passionately, doing what you want and getting paid, or you can work in this place and be doing the same thing but just for somewhere else and getting paid. You get, a lot of people choose themselves.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So back to the creative space. Um, I'm going to ask this because I'm not sure if it's out of the clip or if it's still in. I asked you about your goals, what your dreams, what your endeavor is for the next year,
Yeah.
2024. So, what is the goal? What are the dreams? What was the plan?
Yeah, for sure. Like I definitely want to like get more involved in like different industries and
Okay.
contribute to contribute to like development and innovation of the world in a different way.
Okay.
So I've been self-expressing and doing my own thing for a long time now. I'm getting to that stage where like I want to help people create things. Like I want to add to a system that's already like
Established
established or like something that's contributing to humanity, but just add my own like
source.
inputs, my own points of view, so it
Okay.
becomes bigger instead of always having to like start from scratch or like start like trying to bring my own way of life. Obviously, like self-expression is important to me, but I also have, I like the world is beautiful to me in as much as it's still fucked up,
Yeah.
and that's like the whole different paradigm and points of view that I try to put in my creativity and like evil world and save us from evil. And that's why I'm like, at the end of the day and from the at the beginning of the whole thing, like it was never always one thing or this one. Like it was that paradigm that always just because that's how I see the world, like
Yeah.
personally as well. Like in as much as it's an evil world we live in, as everybody and I always say,
Okay,
you
I'm
know what it
getting the
is.
vision now for the
It's like
evil. It's an evil world. Oh, you really do believe that?
I
Not that we,
do. That's what it is, though, whether I believe it or not.
yeah.
Like it says in the Bible, in the beginning of time, like the world has been,
No, I'm thinking like it's bigger than just a catchphrase. It's something
yeah,
that
it's
you
never been just a
resonate with.
catchphrase.
Okay, okay.
Like, it's never been just a catchphrase, and I feel like I'm glad because I'm expressing myself to the point where people are beginning to understand that and resonate with it more. Because yeah, lots of people I've met randomly. I saw I have a brand, they're like cool, like no shade to no one. They think it's all the like regular or not like standard streetwear brand, just looking cool. Then once I just literally 2 minutes conversation with them, they're like, damn, like that I
Oh,
get
it's
it. So
bigger.
that
Yeah.
shit is like
But
I really
when
get it.
does that also make you feel like you have like you have a long way to go
I
in the
do.
sense that like you don't you're still at a phase where you still have to explain the concept. People just don't get it by seeing it.
Yeah,
Do you think that is like that's a goal you want to achieve? Do you think that's still like do you see that okay, I'm still far from where I need to be in expressing to
yeah,
people what it is because they're not really seeing it off the bat?
yeah. I feel like definitely like I'm still at that phase, and it's just a growth thing. As you keep growing and as you keep being honing skills to express yourself, the impact you make on life, whether it's creativity or not, just having an impact in life and the world is like people be able to understand you and resonate with you more and
Okay.
appreciate what you're doing and get like you're able to connect with more people. And that's I definitely have a long way to go because I have so many plans. Like I have so many, bro. Like I have crazy plans. Like even as I said, like from when I was younger, like the things I've been thinking about, like these are just steps to get there, and it's
Yeah.
crazy because my mom always telling me like sometimes we tell me shit I'll be saying like when I was a kid, and she'd be like, "Damn," and I actually remember those things, like. And I remember them not because it's like, oh Lord, I remember when I was 10 and I said that shit. I remember that because I'm like, I remember when I
You
was
are
10 and I said that shit.
and
Like,
you're living in
I'm going
that.
to
You're
do that
actively
stuff and I'm
pursuing it
actively
now.
like on my way to get that shit done because that leaving an impact in life is all I want to do, man, and all I feel like we're all here to do. You can't
Yeah.
like you can't just leave the world the same way, especially when it's so messed up in different ways. Like I always say this stuff, and that's not like I'm just appreciating the fact that people are resonating with it more and understanding it more because I remember like when we were in secondary school, like guy, when I was like younger and shit, like sometimes you'll be just be talking and niggas just think you're just
You're just
talking.
talking out of your
Like
ass.
you're
Yeah.
just saying shit
I
and
feel
it's
like
crazy.
for me, right, is I remember because you came to our school in SS2. And anytime I had a conversation, I'll just be like, "Guy, this guy is making sense." Like, I just always
Love,
felt like you
love,
always
love,
had that.
love.
You're always wise. I think you always had that element. But sometimes we
Thank
be
you.
explaining those kind of things. I'll be like, "Okay, what did John?" I'm like, "Okay, what did he say?" I'll not be breaking it down. They'll be like, "Kelechi, what is this?" I'm like, "You people are not getting what these bars this guy just dropped." I think
I'm dead.
I'm actually remembering when do you remember our conversations by like the pitch, the football pitch, where we just sit
There
down
were
there?
so many.
Bro, we
There
used
were
to
so
like
many.
from politics to music
And like
to
just go back to hostel like nothing just happened
like
and
not
just continue life.
time has passed. Though. That's some crazy stuff. Actually, time has actually passed. Okay, my last question for you is: You're 21.
Yeah.
Why are you so? Because I think you're the you're the biggest hustler I know. You're the most hardworking man I think I know. Why are you so what's behind the hustle? Why are you working this hard? Why are you going this hard, especially this young? Because people always say that you're in your 20s. This is the time for you to explore, which you are doing because you said you want to explore different things. However, you are still chasing your goals, really like foot on the ground. You're running. I don't think you've stopped running since you started. Why are
Man,
you so? Why are you running so fast?
it's so crazy. Like you're wearing the Tupac too, man. Cause guy was Tupac that said this shit. And I'm just like, bro, that's so real. He was just like, it's like a young man, like especially a black man, has like only so much time, like where you're actually able to do shit. It's like you're actually ready to like fight back and like go hard because the thing is, I love my parents, I love Nigerians, I love every single Nigerian on this earth and African, but it's like that's why we're so backwards, like in everyday society, because it's like we're so I feel like a lot of people are so complacent and like
Okay.
in the sense where it's like obviously there's so much to do with time, but like you just have to keep going as far as you're alive. Like that's just my point of view. Like I didn't come to this world to be like cozy and like just cool with the world order. I'm just looking around, I'm like, yeah, yeah.
Just
Like,
vibing.
nah, like as far as I'm alive, I have 2 feet. Like, God, I'm going to get this. Like anything it is I'm going to get, I'm sure I'm going to get it. Like and even like my surgery really I already had that spirit, but like having that surgery and just being in the hospital and like immobilized for so long, I was just like, damn, it made it like times 2 because one day you're just cool, you're standing up, you're chilling. Like the next day you're like in pain, you can't even move, and that's a lot of people's reality.
Yeah.
It can easily be you. It can anything can happen. So I'm just like, I just go with every energy I have. As far as I know, like I'm alive and I have that energy to. Because what am I waiting for?
What are you waiting for? I like that. I like that.
Like I'll just be chilling. There's no reason to chill, especially coming from where we're coming from. As I said, that's why I resist Tupac so much. Being a black man, like, no, I'm not going to die and we'll
No.
still. Nah, G, I'm not going to die and I'll be old. My children will be old and we'll still be there, jonesing and looking at our leaders chopping money, and we're just here be complaining, suffering. And it's like, just even like this artist, I'm sure you know Obonja,
I do.
bro, that guy is different too. Like I listened to his album, like cause I've been listening to him, but I just started listening to his album like a month
Is
ago.
it
His
I Dream of
I Dream
Doors?
of Doors is such a
Ah,
good project. Like
phenomenal work.
I was days like when I heard this, I was like, nah, this is different. Like he said something in the song was just like I've forgotten the
Is it
song.
Try?
No, I love Try, but it's not
Try.
Try. Try is such an amazing song. Like it uplifts me.
I love
I'm
that
like,
song.
wow. But it's not try. I've forgotten what song it was, but it was on the album that he basically just said like, "You can't try me like I'm not my father" type shit. And like,
I'm not from that
I was
generation.
able to, like that's real and that's how it is because that's why we're where we are right now as Nigerians and Africans because everybody's used to being so complacent. And I was just telling someone I met, I was like, that's one thing about Nigeria. I feel like we love cruise too much. Like we cruise too much and like we're so comfortable and yet like we're so comfortable but yet so comfortable with like with suffering. It makes no sense. And fella has been saying this. Obviously, I understand that you're a product of your environment and like there's so like you're a product of your environment and you have to put like there's only so much somebody can do. But my point is like anything in life, you just have to. You can't. I'm just not a fan of being complacent and being happy with the world order and how things are meant to be. I feel like you should chase what you believe and to the death, to the point, to the last breath. Like if you're passionate about something or you feel like something is not like you believe in something, right? It's like chase that
Go
soul to the
for
last
it.
death, to the last breath, and that's what I'm saying about prayer. I feel like the generations are different because us we don't settle, we're not ready to settle for
Yeah,
like a lot of bullshit. It's not even just in the context of Nigeria and country and politics. Like in life
in
in
the
general,
world.
like in life in general, like don't take bullshit too. Like a lots of Africa, like a lots of
Don't take bullshit though.
nah, real talk. Like that's why the white man will go and see an African and he's already not rating him because he knows that he thinks you see him and say good morning sir, good afternoon sir, because that's how it usually is. Okay, a white man will go to Nigeria and he's a god, like a
Yeah,
normal guy in sorry, like guy goes to Lagos and is going crazy. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like that might sound stereotypical and narrow-minded, but that's just how I see it. Do you feel? So
yeah.
my point is that I'm not a fan of complacency and leaving things how they are. So I always just chase things with passion and like try and put my heart into it and into whatever I believe. So that just like expels to my beliefs or like how I show passion to people I love or like what I believe in, what I'm trying to do, whether it's getting money or bringing my idea to life or even school. Like it's just that's just how it is. I feel like that's how my mom trained me to be, my parents trained me to be. So that's just life.
Amazing.
You feel me?
Yeah. Well, thank you for sitting down with
Of
me.
course, like
This
this
was
was needed.
nice. This was actually
It's a
needed,
vibe,
bro.
share.
This was
It's a
needed.
vibe. Yeah, it's like very wholesome. I'm
Yeah.
glad. It's been such a long, like 3 months, Sha. Like you're the one that's not convincing me that 3 months is a long
Three
time.
months is a long time. Isn't it a long? You know the thing. Maybe it's because like obviously secondary school was so far is so far away, but we used to see
Yeah,
each other every
every day. I
day. Do
feel
you
that
remember?
that's like how I tripped out when I saw you were like at some
Yeah.
speed.
They're like,
I was
whoa.
I was just I literally told her like I'm going. She's taking me back to secondary school or like us having this conversation because I had to see you as like SS3. So
Yeah.
just see you again like I feel young like I feel like I'm in SS3 because of this connection I have with you. Are like this is crazy and it's been such a long time. I feel like that's like relationships. That's what relationships feel like. You feel
Keep
genuine
you
ones.
young.
You
Yeah.
feel me? So yeah, I really appreciate that. It's cool though. Yeah, this is going to like this is impressive as well. Like just you do your thing, like
Thank you.
because we've been talking about this, and I'm so glad. Like there's a spirit in the air, and it's touching everybody.
It's touching everybody, oh. It's touching
I love it. I
everybody.
love it. I love
Well,
it.
thank you so much.
Of
Thank you
course,
for sitting
Kirishi.
with me.
Therefore, yeah, we need to show love. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Love.
Yeah.